Hey guys, what's going on? I see there's a bunch of you in the chat room already. Thanks for stopping in. Today is our bow giveaway. We have two right-handed youth bows. They are Genesis. It is basically a one-size-fits-all bow. It's just from 10 to 20 pounds of weight and a 30-inch draw. So perfect for any youth hunter. If you guys win, congratulations. It'll be great. I'm here today with Rubline Scents. They also donated a bow. Our local rep here is Rick Wonderling, and he donated a bow as well. We also have several other things going on here. What's your name?
I'm Andy Rice here
Andy
from
Rice.
Rubline Scents.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
He's the owner of Rubline Scents. So we're going to let these guys tell some stuff. And how did you get started?
Well, it's a great question, Adam. Some years ago, and this dates way back into the early 2000s, my co-partner, which is another owner of Rubline, there's two of us that own Rubline, and his name is Doug Walter. He's from Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Doug and I became real good friends, and we hunted together for quite a few years. My brother raised whitetails for a good many years. He's been in the industry for about 30 years, and his primary thing was raising shooter bucks for hunting preserves and such. What we did is we would help artificial inseminate does, and when we take a cedar out back in those days, that's how it was done. We put a cedar in. When we take, after the time frame, we take the cedar out, we would collect all the natural urine that was there. This is well before CWD was prevalent, well before, scent was really huge in the industry. I think Tinks was the big scent back in the day. But we took 100% natural pure urine hunting with us in the state of Illinois, all across Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania, and Doug and I's success has been overwhelming. It was awesome. The secretion out of the placenta, we take the secretion, we'd swab it on branches, and I call it like liquid nitrogen, because it's like the pheromones just reach across the field, and you'd see bucks being pulled in. That brought us to another point. The other point was what were we using on the top shelf? What were we purchasing in comparison to the natural urines that we were collecting at the time of breeding? And we started experimenting like 4 and 5.5-year-old bucks, 6-year-old bucks, and watching them literally turn away and avoid products that weren't pure. Your number one issue was with the does. Does would be your dead giveaway, Adam. They were the front door. Bucks would be following. Does would snort, carry on, stomp their feet. Bucks would hold up, and a lot of times you wouldn't even see them come in.
Nice. What do you guys do different as far as, say, like a big box store brand?
I think the key here, 100% pure, natural, no preservatives, additives in the bottle. So, for example, folks, when a lot of products that are out there to be purchased maybe have sodium benzenite, glycerine, ammonia, water. There's additional products. So if they put 50% in, the other 50% is going to be additives. There is some great companies out there that stay in the pure line, and that is 100% the key to your success. The difference between us is we bottle 100% pure, natural, and we're oxygen free. Our bottling system is oxygen free. And the reason you'll see them in an amber bottle is because light will break down the prions, oxygen breaks down the prions, and every bottle that is sold from Rubline in a year's time is 100% collected fresh this year for this season. So there is no holding over to sell to a retailer, to sell online. everything we do is fresh. So we will bottle a quantity, and then we'll minimize our volume to assure that we don't have a lot left over for the next year.
Right. I'm sure a lot of people use scents that are from the previous year.
Well, I think the key here is the studies that we've done over the years. I mean, this bottle is 100% full, pure, natural, bottled this year. I could set this on a shelf for 3.5 years, pull it off, and it's going to be the same color it's in here today. And we're going to show you what that color looks like. But with that being said, I still do not take this year's product and put it on a shelf for next year. It's our guarantee to the customer.
Right. Let's go over the different sizes of bottles you have.
Okay. There's different sizes and there's different blends, folks. And the key here is understanding why we created the blends and why we created the size bottles. First of all, we have a fresh grape. Our fresh grape is 100% natural pure yarn, and it is our all-season blend. This is a blend that has non-estrus dough. This is a blend that has non-dominant buck. So you might say a 2.5-year-old or younger buck has been used for this particular bottling. The fresh grape is used to create those communications grapes. We have folks that run fresh grape all season long because they want to see what's in their area, and it does work. The key is we use drippers, and today I brought these magnums along. When you have the Magnum dripper or another dripper of your preference, we are working on our own dripper at this point. But the key is we have a 10-ounce bottle. The 10-ounce bottle is used, for example, you have 2 drippers. So you put 4 ounces in each dripper. You'll make a mock scrape. You put that 1 ounce to activate your scrape. Now, you get a trail camera on. You start itemizing, seeing what's in your area, what's cruising in your area. After a while, you'll create the communication scrape where the does and bucks will come in, urinate, and they'll keep it fresh for you. So if you see that your inventory is slowing down coming in, now you can turn around and you can take and fill up your drippers again and get that scrape activated again and continue to pull those deer to that area. We have a lot of guys that like to take the 10 ounce. They'll start one dripper in one woodlot, one in another. I have some guys that buy cases of it, and they'll run 6 to 8 to 10 drippers because they hunt multiple different states or areas, and they have folks help them keep their their scrapes activated. So that's a fresh scrape. Now we do have this in a 10, and a 5, and a 2.2. Here's the reason. For the guys that are really serious about getting multiple scrapes going, they want a bigger bottle.
Right.
And along with that comes a bigger discount in price too. Now the 5 ounce is great if you want to demonstrate and try, with one dripper and get 1 scrape going. Or if you say, hey, I don't know about this Rubline Scents, so you split it up into 2. Or some guys will go out and they'll make mock scrapes. They won't do it all season long or throughout. Say, a lot of times guys will start June, July,
late summer,
and work it through.
Right.
And some guys are saying, man, I don't have that kind of time. So they'll go out and get their scrapes going in September. And it's really acclimated to what's your preference to get out there and what's your time frame. Then we have the 2.2, which is great. It's great even for the weekend warrior.
Right.
That gets out there and wants to get a couple wicks up, wants to start a scrape. Doesn't have a lot of time to invest in the woods. But I think the key here is understanding what goes into your season.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you have a bow, you have your apparel. Well, bow, you might have $1,200 to $1,500 in before you know. Your apparel, you have $500 to $1,000 in your apparel. Before you know it, you're going out with $2,000 on strapped on your back. I think the key here is, well, what are you talking about? Well, quality is what I'm talking about. What supersedes? You're going out with the best bow, the best rifle, the best equipment to go out in the woods possible. Why wouldn't you want to go out with the best product?
Absolutely.
And that's what Rubline brings to the table. That's our fresh grape.
So this is the all year non-dominant buck.
Yep. non-dominant buck and non-estrus doe.
Okay.
We have a blend, and that's to bring, those bucks that are cruising, the does. It brings that curiosity. It brings all those age groups in. It's a non-offensive urine, and that's the key. You're not out there to blow any deer away. This is my go-to a lot of times when I'm going into a fresh woodlot that I've never hunted before. I'm going to test the waters right here with this and see what bucks I have to work on when I get to this stuff right here.
Okay, well, let's touch on that while we're here. So we get a little closer to rut.
Yeah.
And we want to spice things up a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the next product?
Well, Doug and I worked on this blend for 3.5 years to 4 years. This blend here is our buck rut juice. This here blend is a blend of fresh grape, our triple estrus, and then a dominant buck.
So we got the dominant buck in here now. Okay.
So your key is you're looking at that third week of October, Adam, when things are starting to swing. And people say, man, the bucks are in lockdown. They're in their bedrooms. They're not getting up on their feet. And we want to get them before they get hooked up with does. How do we do that? Well, that's what Doug and I worked on. We brought the secret recipe out. It's a nice blend. I won't tell you the percentage or everybody out there trying to do this.
Right.
But we got the blend of our fresh grape, our triple estrus, which is an awesome product. We'll talk about that. And then the 3.5-year-old up in buck age.
This is going to just, if bucks are walking past, they're going to be like, whoa, there's somebody in here.
This is a fun product. And here's why. Because you staged your scrapes. You staged your season with a product that deer are familiar with that scent. Now, out of the same does and more dominant buck that goes in here, we created a blend now that spikes it. So say you have a deer that's hanging up in his bedroom and you get in there around 4:30 in the morning, you do a drag line in around his bedroom and you bring it back around, get it upwind to you. Doug and I like to set up 20 yards apart. We want if our wind's blowing this way, we don't want our wind directly in line with our scent because we want the deer hitting our scent.
Right.
When we do a drag line, we're going to bring that drag line up and do that little figure 8, and we're going to have our mock scrape here, or scrape here, or we're going to have a wick up, and we're going to disperse that scent through the air and make sure our scent isn't tangling with it, so to speak.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then a 5.5 Rubline's killed just recently.
Nice.
Using a buck juice and our triple estrus.
Hey, Renee, could you show There's all their success stories. You'll see that this stuff is all natural. It works fantastic.
Trapping too. Yeah.
I guess if you want to look at the sizes that are available, we did make 10-ounce in buck rut juice before, but we found that a little bit goes a long way.
Right.
So we're not trying to oversell the customer. I think the key is putting the right amount of product in their hand and making sure that everyone has a budget too. And we want to make sure. And by the way, folks, our products are all in line with the standards out in the market as far as cost per ounce. And when you're getting a 10-ounce, you're actually getting a much better deal when you're buying the fresh grape in a 10-ounce. And then you get that discount in your 5-ounce and then so on in your 2.2s. But the buck rut juice comes out in the 5-ounce and the 2.2s. And then our triple estrus, which I'll touch on real quick. Triple estrus is done in a 3-day collection period. So you have a 21 gestation period for a dose cycle. Key for Rubline is to put the opportunity out there to have the most amount of pheromones floating through the air, maximizing that opportunity for those bucks to catch it and wind that and hit that string or that wick that's up. So we collect the day of, the day before, the day after. That's when our product is collected. The other key is these products as you're using them. Mock scrapes are very effective. I hunt mock scrapes a lot.
We do as well out back.
Only because I know they work. And I like to do a drag line from mock scrape to mock scrape and then get that in position where I can get a good target shot on a buck or doe. If you're harvesting a doe, the fresh scrape is fabulous. You would not believe it. And by the way, one of the reasons buckrat juice is so effective is because we have a percentage of estrogen in here, fresh scrape, and dominant buck, and it's not evasive to the does. Your does are going to be the first ones to pick off what you're using in the season. So if you go and use triple estrus too early in your archery season, a lot of times you'll get a customer say, well, the doe's blue. That must be junk. It must be crap. No, you used the wrong product at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Because the key is a smaller percentage, and that's what we worked on the hardest part, was making sure that we had just enough that buck was antagonized by the fact that there was a dominant buck in there and there was doe estrus there, and we still have some fresh grape that has that blend of 2.5-year-old and younger and non-estrogen. And believe it or not, this blend here, it's a rocket. It really works well. I can't say enough about each of them, but if you're hunting downright in the peak of the rut, the triple estrus, and I know, Rick, you've had some success out here in Clarion area with the triple estrus. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, I actually sold to one of my buddies, our triple estrus, and he went out, and within 2 hours, he shot a nice big old 6-point, and he told me that he had not seen in a buck the entire season until he put our stuff out. And then within 2 hours, he was done. Then a week later, he had some left and he poured it on the ground, and his son got a nice 6-point as well.
Nice.
I was messing around because I actually have a spritz bottle or a spritz spray on fresh grape, and I use it to spray a little bit on my boots. So I walked around during bear season, and then went up and sat at this tree stand that I found on my brother's property. And then within a half an hour, a 6-point come right up to me 5 yards away. And I'm in blaze orange, and he's just looking around trying to find that.
Just piqued his interest.
Just totally.
Yeah.
And then about 4 hours later, I was still sitting there, and this bigger 6-point come down. And I was like, and until I grabbed my phone and tried to get the video, and he caught me, he was there, and he stood there for probably about 5 minutes before he decided to walk off. But yeah, I mean, and I had a success story. It's hard to believe, but fresh grape, the very first day of rifle season, a buddy of mine bought fresh grape, put a little bit on the wick, put a little bit on the drag line, and then made a mock scrape. And he went out, and that very day, his son got a nice 6-point.
Nice.
So, I mean, and that's the first day of rifle season, so it was one of the things where fresh scrape does not spook the deer. It's not like, others that people have mentioned or whatever, but it just doesn't. And I've shown proof, and so, I mean, for us, it's doing real well. And I got to meet Andy through my wife, and got hooked up, and I was like, man, this is interesting. And then, Andy talked to me about, being up here and possibly selling the product and stuff. And if you guys want, it's Rick Learning Senior on Facebook. look at, and you'll see some of the pictures of the deer and videos of the bucks and stuff walking up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If anyone has any questions, I'll put you in touch with these guys.
Absolutely.
You know, I experimented with my own scents. I'm very excited to try these from midsummer on and see how it goes on the trail cameras. Renee, is there any questions in the chat room?
We're just saying hi to her right now.
Here's an example of what the product looks
Yeah,
like.
if you want to get up front here to the camera there. Andy, that'd be great.
Oh,
So I'll try to hold this up here. You guys get, now you can see that that's fresh pea. You know, it's a natural color. You can see that, folks. Now, I will tell you this. Anytime that you open up a bottle of urine,
I'll show them how dark that is and
yep.
how it's changed.
Now that's not our product there. I won't disclose where it came from, but there you can see the difference when you're looking at products. What can happen to urine after it gets oxygen in it, and when it turns black, that is spoiled. If you use it, more than likely you're going to be spooking deer.
I'm not good with
You're not going to be attracting those 3.5-year-old, 5.5-year-old bucks in. And I think the key here is your success depends on our quality, and also your success depends on your application too. And that's covering your own scent. That's not over hunting an area. That's understanding the deer in your area, how they run in different winds, and what you can expect and where you should be sitting. And that's one of the reasons, guys, it's so crucial to have a couple different scrapes on your property, because you need to understand what winds are going to work the best for you. Because you might have a favorite spot that you're going out to hunt, Adam. But what happens if your wind's wrong?
You don't see a whole lot of deer.
Well, and it's evident because even though we try to get, use the ozone, the best products out there to keep our scent down, and there is some really great products that I use that really do enhance my hunt, but you still have scent.
Right.
And a smart deer, an old doe, an older buck, you're just not going to trick that nose up on your own scent. So it's good to have alternate locations in your area. And one of the things I'm going to tell you about Rubline products is they can be used anywhere in the continent. We can ship anywhere in the United States or international. We're CWD certified. We're accredited urine supplier. Our urine is collected in a state-of-the-art facility. It sits on a 165-acre farm with the most sterile environment in the entire East Coast. Our product is handled with the greatest integrity and care to keep it pure, fresh, and clean, and keep the accuracy of our product 100% spot on. There isn't one of these bottles that on a shelf in the States that I wouldn't be afraid to walk into today and pick that bottle up and take it out and use it for myself. We will not distribute or supply a product to any one of our dealers across the United States that has been questionable. It just doesn't happen. Our success depends on your success.
Right.
And we want to grow. We want to grow with the industry. We want to grow with our hunters, because this is our heritage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And part of using a great product like Rubline Scents is part of being out there and ensuring yourself that you're using a product that has that quality. Take a smell of the fresh grape. Renee, did you get to take a sniff?
Here,
That's what I'm telling them right
here,
now.
try this one.
No, I moved this way towards the heater and away from the scents is what I.
So that's the fresh grape. So you got that distinctive smell in your nose. So
Yeah.
Tell me what you smell different in the buck breath juice.
It's a lot more musty. It's you can tell.
Mhm.
It's
There's a sweetness, but there's a musk to it.
right. Yeah.
And you have the transparency of the fresh grape in there. Like when we're bottling, it's like
I dropped your Facebook page too.
it's kind of funny because everybody can kind of tell what we're bottling because of the blend. Now, what do you smell there? That's our triple estrus.
That has some pack to it.
Yeah. It's a little more sweet.
It is. It's.
That's
I have a very sensitive nose, so I can't do
Here,
it.
smell this one, right?
No, I can't do
It's
it.
sweet.
You're so bad.
I can see Adam now. He's going to get some of this out and make a scrape at the bedpost in there. So
It's bad enough when he walks to the house with it on his feet.
see there again, the transparency is right there. Every one of these bottles, you're going to see the same color because that's what's in there. If there's one thing I can ask you folks to do is give us a try. Find a difference for yourself. I am not an individual who'll go out and put other products down that other manufacturers make. I say test it for yourself, trial and error for yourself. Get a 2.2 ounce bottle, get a 5 ounce. But I can tell you, my guarantee is on every one of these products. Doug's guarantee is every one of these products that they are bottled in their purity and their freshness each and every time. And what we say is in there because your hunt matters to us.
Absolutely.
And that's not a lie. Anybody that's on here right now that's met us out any one of the shows throughout the East Coast or even out at Jurassic Classic has had the same transparency, the same conversation, has opportunity to try our product. Our success rate is great. Wild Memories TV, they use our product hands down all the time, and they're filming hunts all across the United States. In fact, they're getting ready to go to Texas next. They killed some great deer in Kansas and Pennsylvania, Maryland, using Rubline products. And I can't wait, Adam, to see your response.
Listen, I'm excited to try it. I'm gonna do some late archery around here. It's tough to know if there's gonna be snow on the ground or not. Else can I?
Isaac wants to know. He keeps asking, and people are like, "Patience, Isaac."
Patience, guys.
And he's like, "So is this giveaway tonight?" Or not?
Yeah, so Rick Wonderling, he's our local rep here. He's on Facebook. If you guys want to get a hold of him, we can. That happens 100%.
Myself, Doug's available. Reach out to us. Our national sales manager is Jason Reinhardt. He's on our Facebook as well.
Okay.
He's always great contact to get a hold of. Jason is from my local area. He has taken a little sabbatical this year, but he's not out of the company by any means. He's needed some time off to take care of some personal stuff, but he's still available.
Right.
And Doug's available. I'm available.
Also customer, and it was about how many deer are in collection when you're taking a collection, and found we 4 to 6, correct?
Yeah, the way the facility set up, it's set up. There's 3 stories to the facility. The top is where the deer come up. There's path and they come up ramps and they go in. There's not in we'll go through to get on the collections. So there could be 4, there could be 6, there could be 8 in there, depending on what is taken in for that particular collection. But they're uniformly brought into estrus when they are brought into estrus, and that is the key. So it's the farm sits on 165 acres. It's a great collection facility, CWD certified. So you don't need to be afraid to use the products anywhere in the United States that you're allowed to.
Yeah, the CWD thing's a big thing, nowadays with the Game Commission and everything all around. You don't have any worries with this product. It's safe to use.
Said they're not allowed to have any in their area.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I never looked into Minnesota.
We are working on a blend for synthetic. It's tough for us to break into that industry knowing what we know about
Right.
natural scents, but we're working with a company very closely that's outside of us to help us bring something to the feel as for those that you could expect for Necady area where you can hunt, use the real stuff.
Well, you guys want to give some bows away?
I think it's time.
I think the people have been waiting here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go jump over and double check because
Let Renee check and see if there's any more new entries.
I got Living and in there. And Raymond, yours.
And along with the bow is going to come 3 bottles of our blends.
Okay.
You're going to have the buckrat juice in the 2.2. You're going to have the fresh grape in the 2.2, and you're going to have the triple estrus in the 2.2. And in your neck of the woods, I would inspire you to give it a try and give me your results.
I absolutely will. Thank you very much. Rick, you guys have been an entry. All right. Hi, Jim. Yeah. And you donated both cents. We're gonna let you draw a name out.
All right.
Sound good?
Yep.
As you guys can see, there's how many entries in here? 70,
I believe there was 75 when I counted.
75-ish in here.
Nice.
How do you say that?
Let me see.
Ragnar. Over your way.
Awesome.
I just met the channel probably about a month ago, so I will be in contact with him tonight.
Excellent.
You want to show that to the camera?
Yeah, Bills.
And then Andy, we donated a bow. I'd like you to draw.
Okay. Great.
Until Renee gets out of
All right, there we go. Oh, buddy.
It smells great in here, don't it?
Raymond or Jeff said that they're all just going to come look
Okay.
into the house.
Okay, we got the Life
of the Murphys
Outdoor Channel.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. We will get these shipped out. I don't believe either one's in the chat.
I didn't see that either. Sorry, Isaac, you didn't win. Is that coming in, Gary? There. All right.
Excellent.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys will try some of the Rubline scent. They got so go check their Facebook page out. Their website is rublinescents.com.
I dropped it in the links earlier.
Any questions you folks may have, hit us up on Facebook. Doug, Jason, myself. Also remember that Rick has his Facebook up and running and get on there and question him as well. We're all here to help you out. Anything we can do to get you going. We have a fresh supply online for sale right now. So if you want to get some, get out there. Some of these states that you're hunting right now, it's a great time to jump on and make a purchase. We're very efficient in getting it out and getting it to your doorstep. So we appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today and present the product and share this great opportunity to give this bow away. 2 bows actually. And we appreciate you, Adam.
Thank you very much. It was great having you guys here. I will be sharing out your website, your Facebook page, all on our Facebook page. So,
Excellent.
and I can also do that on the YouTube. So I will make sure that everything is shared out great. And there's the life of Murphy right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Life of Murphy. You
Life
won.
of Murphy's, you just won.
Hop on a little later and tell us your information on Facebook.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So-
congratulations.
Yes.
You just won a Genesis bow. Oh, hopefully that shows up all right. We will get them shipped out here in the next couple days.
So yep. Hit us up on Facebook though, a messenger, so that we can get
I'll
it
shoot it,
information.
yeah. I'll
So-
get a hold of them there. But yeah, guys, I can't wait to try this. We'll go from there.
Excellent. Anybody have a question or they need answered?
Yeah, is there any questions here?
questions?
Since we got the two guys from Rubline Scents here, if you guys have any questions about how to use scent, what scent to use at what time,
Shoot.
shoot the questions out.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to answer them.
Yeah.
Have any questions about the blends? Application?
Sure will, thanks. Oh, his girls will love it. Thank you. He said. Lots of people just jumping in right now.
Yeah.
MB Heritage Farms, somebody else there.
Swarmstead
Bees and
MB.
Gardening. There's all those names on the list, so they were
Excellent.
good. Yeah, boy Troy. Yeah, boy Troy catfishing.
But yeah, I'll repost this live on the Facebook page and share you guys' links all through it. So
A lot of comments when you were talking about the scratching and
Scrapes?
scrapes and stuff.
Scrapes
yeah,
are very effective.
Yeah.
So that was
If you never made a mock scrape, we'll do a live demo here at some point to show you how to properly hang your dripper and what to look for. I mean, number one, you want to make sure you have a licking branch. A mock scrape can be made with using even a garden rake, or if you're out and you don't have anything else, try to keep the scent off of anything that's around that particular area, but scraping it out with some sticks and also simulating that, like a rack, so a lot of times the bucks they'll nail the racks in there, or you'll even see a print of the rack, but making sure that, give that a little authenticity. It shows like, the scrape is out, get the blend on there, whatever blend you're using in a particular time of year at your hunting. Again, the fresh grapes, that all season blend of buckrat juice for the third week of October. Pre, mid, and post rut. That's one thing I did kind of forget to mention. This is great pre, mid, and post rut. It's one of those blends that we use throughout the season because those dominant bucks crave it. And then the triple estrus straight down on that full cycle, right there in the peak of the estrus, peak of your rut, is a great time to use that triple estrus. All three products work simultaneously together.
I seen Brown Racing just popped in. Hey, Bull Daniels. Brown Racing, I'm trying to pull your picture of your buck that you just shot the other day up. It is an absolute monster. Of course, I can't find it right now.
Like Adam said, he's going to post, our Facebook, rublinescents.com. Check our Facebook out. You get to see some of the activity that happened this year and some of the bucks that have been harvested. Any questions there?
We got any questions, guys?
Love to see some if you have any, guys, girls, whoever's out there.
Brown Racing, I couldn't find your picture. I know I was just texting you back and forth the other day. But yeah, he shot a nice one about, we'll just say 10 miles south of Clarion.
Mm-hmm.
Big mass on it. Old deer.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, it's been 40 minutes now, so we're going to end it and contact the winners, and we'll get these prizes out. Good to see all you guys. We'll have a live stream here after hunting season's done, and we'll be able to catch up a little bit once the season ends. But I'd like to thank these guys for coming from Rubline Scents.
Thanks for having us, Adam.
And you will be seeing a lot more of their stuff, especially in our films as well. So anything else you guys want to add at the last second here?
I just say thanks for the support. Try something new. Try Rubline Scents. Give us a try. There's a lot of local stores here that Rick has right here in Knox and Shippensville, and tell us where they're all at.
Excuse me, I have one.
Come on in there.
Yeah.
I have
Your local stores.
Route 66 sporting goods stores. I have Sportsman's Outfitter in Knox. I have Legacy Archery in Brookville. I have oh my goodness,
So many forget
Hickory Creek in East Hickory. I have Howlers in Tionesta. There's one more.
While you're thinking about it, one of the key elements for us is, we really appreciate the local stores here in this region, and they've done such a great job at outreach into hunters in this area. So if you haven't had the opportunity to hear about Rubline or get to one of these local stores. And if you're outside of this region and you desire to, you can get on our website. We have a map, an interactive map that shows where all stores are so far. And you can also get on rublinescent.com and order directly online. We keep a fresh supply always on hand, and Doug will send that out next day to get it to your doorstep.
And my other one is Higley's Archery out of Centerville.
There we go.
I grew up at Higley's Archery.
Did you?
Oh yeah, I was right there.
Were you a pro staff there?
No, I wasn't. I just worked on it. Like a couple of my buddies would go in, they'd be like, "Yeah, go fix your bows in the back," you know.
Nice.
Here's Brown Racing. If you guys can see what Brown Racing just got, that was a couple days ago. That was a monster there. One of the guys in the chat just shot that.
That's a brute. What a buck.
All right, guys. Thanks for being in here.
You can show them this one.
Oh, yeah. This is Andy's here, right here.
That buck there, I made 3 mock scrapes to the drag line with the triple estrus, and I had several wicks blowing through a bedding area. This buck is a 5.5-year-old buck. He was one of our target bucks for the season, and it just worked out that he come in, hit the scrapes, took the drag line, come on in, presented a shot, and it was just a hunt of a lifetime right
Just
here.
beautiful.
Right here in
Perfect.
Pennsylvania.
Right.
I didn't have to go out of state. It was just
Right.
an amazing opportunity.
There's definitely big bucks around. Rick, you want to show them that one there?
Yeah, I held that one up early. That just goes to show you just the quality of the animals in Pennsylvania here. And you look at that buck, you got
We actually,
what that score?
well, we have a scoring video coming out where we're scoring like 3 different size ones.
So we're scoring the 115, the 130s, and I see that. All right, great.
Because a lot of people, don't. They say, "Oh, that's 130s," but they don't actually know what that looks like.
Yeah, it's
so
great to measure them up. That has some nice bases on it too.
it does, yeah.
And look at the tine length on that G3. That's just an awesome buck right there.
This was one of ours, though. Here,
It's a beautiful buck right here in Pennsylvania.
right here.
Gotta love it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go inside and see what's going on for dinner, and send these guys out. And make sure you check them out on Rubline Scents, and I'll be posting all their links on our Facebook page.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all.
Hey, Boxy, we're just signing off, bud. Talk to you guys soon. I'll let them talk for a second while we. Are you staying here, bud? Okay. You want to say hi to the camera real quick? A few guys just jumped in, so.
No,
You don't?
I can't.
Boxy, we just gave away the bows. I'll be sharing all these. You'll see the Rubline Scents, and on our Facebook page. And I'd like to get you to try some too. Maybe we'll do something at the rendezvous this year. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I screwed up at the beginning. Right at the beginning there, I was like,